Good to see you again. Welcome back. Hopefully you had some good reflection on the 3 Gs. So let's recap here. Why are you in real estate? I'm in real estate because I want to demonstrate what true service looks like to my community in helping people with one of the biggest needs in their life, one of the biggest purchases in their life. I'm committing to being a servant-minded realtor. That's why I've done this. I want to serve others. How are you going to do that? Well, life is dictated by the values we choose to adopt as people. And how do I express that? How do I demonstrate that? Well, I've chosen to adopt 3 Gs. I've chosen values of growth, generosity, and gratitude to be how I choose to live out life. Okay, so what do you do to kind of demonstrate that? Well, here we are. Glad you asked that. How do you go about demonstrating these 3 Gs? Well, here is the outer ring of this Service Realtor Golden Circle. This outer ring is what we do to demonstrate our how, which is an extension of our why. I call these 9 components of the what our 9 principles. The principles we commit to that demonstrate our 3 values that help us live out this why. I want to go through these 9 principles with you today, and just like the how and the why, I hope you're committing to adopting these day-to-day kind of buzzwords, these actionables, these culture tools is what we often call them in our office. Let's get started. These are some really fun, just good tidbits to not only adopt, but to teach to others. Principle 1 is assume positive intent. Assume positive intent. This principle, again, like all of these, are a tool you can choose or choose not to use in your day-to-day life. Why would we care about assuming positive intent? Why does that matter? Well, I'm wondering if you've ever fallen guilty to assuming the worst in a situation, to assuming the negative in a situation. Or I'm wondering if you can think of an example in your life where someone else did not assume the best. They expected the worst or believed there was some sort of toxic conspiracy, that someone was out to destroy them, to ruin them, and that affected their behavior and how they handled the situation. As we're going through these, I'd encourage you to take notes. Write examples in your life of someone not using one of these principles well as we go through them, in addition to writing down some of the value for each one of these and why they matter. So again, I ask, with assume positive intent, can you think of a case where someone didn't? And what was the outcome? What did that feel like? What was that like? I suspect it was toxic, there was conflict, there was drama. It was not a productive experience for those involved. What if we could switch our default to assuming the best in people, to assume positive intent? Because here's a secret for you. Very rarely in our lives is there truly a dastardly villain twirling their evil mustache who's out to ruin your life. Shocker, I know. Mind blown, but there just aren't people like that out there in this world. And if there are very few of them. When more often than not, what's really going on is 2 people on different wavelengths. Someone acting one way that makes sense to them that is not making sense to us. Someone who's not aware of the damage they're causing. Someone's not aware of the waves they're making that are affecting you. You can save yourself a lot of frustration, stress, and hassle when you realize people are just built differently. People act differently, and it's just not gelling with me, but this person isn't out to destroy me. I should approach this person and seek to learn more. That segues us into our second principle. A lot of these are very interconnected. So if we assume positive intent in everything going on, we can help ourselves be level-headed. And now if we want to fix something or understand something, we live out the second principle. Come from curiosity. When there's something you don't get, when there's something you do not understand, do not reach conclusions, do not interpret it on your own. Don't have preconceived beliefs about what's going on and just attack them. Approach them with the mindset of, I want to listen and seek to understand. Hey, so-and-so, I noticed you're doing this thing this way. Help me understand that. Tell me more about why you're doing it that way. I want to understand how you're operating. Come from curiosity. Seek to learn their perspective, why they're doing what they're doing, so you can get clarity on what they're up to, and if possible, then you can explain your perspective and why you're not understanding it, and just have an adult conversation. Get on the same page. That can only start with you lending an ear to make sure they are heard, versus just showing up with your agenda to spew at them. If you demonstrate a listening ear, it's amazing how someone reciprocates naturally the willingness to listen back. It starts with coming from curiosity and seeking to understand them. Principle 3, go to the source. How many times have you had an issue with someone and you've gone to someone else to talk about it? I think we're all guilty of that. And boy, are we aware of the damage we're causing, the conspiracies we're causing, the drama when we're going to other people and talking about someone. That is a toxic, toxic behavior that we cannot allow within a team, within our friend group, within our family, with the people we work with. You just got to go to the source. You've got to approach someone directly that you have issue with. And you got to seek to just put this thing out, to address it, to move forward instead of drawing it out. You're not going to really get solutions talking about it with other people, because that's not going to change that person's behavior. And I hope you have the strength to go to them directly instead of asking a middle person to do it for you. And knowing the first two principles, this shouldn't be a problem, because we know we'll assume positive intent and we're going to come from curiosity. It should not be scary to approach someone you're at odds with. And the most amazing thing often happens. They'll respect you for approaching them directly. They'll respect you when you approach them and you say, here's something I don't understand. Help me understand it. I want to learn where you're coming from. Let's keep moving on. I'm feeling good. I don't know about you. Principle 4. Principle 4 might be one of my most favorite. Principle 4, think of it as a shovel. Principle 4 is the statement, tell me more. One of the most powerful statements you can have in your tool belt. Imagine this. So often in life you walk past someone and they nod to you, you nod to them, you say, how you doing? They say, good. And they say, how are you? And you say, good. And you're just on autopilot and you pass each other and, well, that's that. Now imagine walking to someone and you nod and you say, how are you? And they say, good. And before they can ask you, say, what's good about your day today? Tell me what's good. Whoa, it's almost like a shock to people's systems. Like it's like a weird, I short-circuited there for a second. Wait, whoa, I was on autopilot. You're actually engaging me. You actually want to know? Tell me more about what's good about my day? Now you force them to stop and engage you and just really reflect and actually share information with you. If you want to establish relationships, if you want to connect with people, the most important thing you need is to actually learn about them. You can go from the surface level of, wow, tell me where you're from. Oh, I'm from so-and-so. Great, moving on to, tell me about your life, your childhood, what it was like. That's connection, folks. Actually learn someone's life story. When you learn about someone, you connect with someone, and those are the bonds we need to succeed in not just real estate, but in anything we do in life. Tell me more. It's a shovel to go deeper and deeper and deeper and take an interest in someone and learn about them. It's about, it is the means to connect with someone. Boy, it's a powerful tool. We will be talking more about Tell Me More often when we do role play, so get ready. Boy, that's good stuff. Principle 5, creating clear expectations. I'm convinced that in real estate and whatever you do in life, you could avoid 95% of the headaches and issues if you made sure there were clear expectations of what the transaction, the task, whatever it was you're doing. If you could have clear expectations, clarity on what was going to happen, what could happen, you would have circumvented 95% of the frustrations.